asking now, how are you getting through this pandemic crisis? Is it smooth sailing, or are some old feelings coming up, leaving you a little on edge? Psychologists say COVID-19 might be triggering some old wounds and demons. Let's bring in Dr. Marny Lishman this afternoon. Hi, Marny.
Hello.
Why do difficult times bring up difficult times?
Oh, well, we're such feeling creatures, aren't we? And I think there's so many emotions right now that are really heightened. And one of these is loss. So that sense of loss that we get can trigger hidden emotions from when we've actually experienced sense of loss before. So what we're seeing at the moment, we're seeing a lot of job loss, we're seeing a lot of financial upheaval, we're reading about a lot of illness, relationship problems, separation difficulties, abandonment. People at home are witnessing more addiction. So they're experiencing negative feelings, like witnessing this. But the thing is, many times we've felt like this before. And if those feelings weren't processed back then, and that might be because it happened when we were a child, or maybe we were an adult and we were just too busy and we didn't grieve about it, it's almost like it leaves a bit of an unconscious residue on our mind. And that's when you hear that term kind of triggered and things like that. So I think a lot of that's happening now. We're getting quite stressed and anxious about what's happening right in the present, but it's bringing back old stuff.
It totally makes sense, but it all seems so unfair. Why does our mind do this to us at times like this?
Yeah, well, our brain's there to protect us, and it holds on to those significant memories. Often it does remember really positive things that happened to us, and that's all fine when we remember back because it's very nostalgic, but it also hangs on to those things that happened to us where it elicited very big negative events and heightened negative emotions. And it does it to protect us in the now. But the thing is, it can make us more distressed than we actually are, and we don't know why half the time. So some of the times at the moment when people are feeling really anxious, but consciously they think they're okay, but there's a feeling of dread coming over them. Maybe it's because that something happened in the past and they didn't process that story back then.
Wow, it's a lot to unpack. What can we do to reduce anxiety that we might be feeling, and why is it so important to face those demons?
Yeah, well, I think, and to put a positive spin, I am a psychologist on the situation at the moment. I think it's a big opportunity right now for a lot of us who kind of pushed a lot of things aside, because it's all surfacing now, isn't it, how we're feeling, and we're owning it a lot more. So it's an opportunity to kind of dig a little bit deeper than we normally would and try and reprocess. So if we start feeling like we're feeling at the moment, just notice how you feel, and then just kind of say to yourself, did something happen in my past that I actually felt similar? And then once you start talking about it a little bit more, feeling it, seeing it, you start accepting it, so that when it happens again, because life is full of ups and downs, at least then you can ride the wave a lot more cleaner, I guess, without getting too distressed, and clean up those old wounds that we all have. Very
Profound
important
stuff. Absolutely. Great advice as always. Dr. Marny Lishman, thank you.
Thanks, Lou.